Hey everyone, it's nice to see you here again, obviously checking out my videos and reading through my blog if you are. I'm assuming you are because this will be connected to that, but yes, as you would see with the other videos, you're probably going to see me looking over there at the blog and kind of reading from my notes, taking kind of memo points, but yes. This is a video to kind of cover if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed about what to do after you finish school or college or university, and just to basically say that you're not alone. Like, this is a very normal thing. You know, I've been there, and today I'm basically sharing my own story and an actionable plan that you can use to basically navigate this confusing time. So yeah, without further ado, if we just get straight in. So I've got a question for you. There's quite a few on the blog if you've read it already. You might know this one, but do you freeze up when someone asks you what your plans are after you finish school? Or, you know, does the idea of having a job that you're going to do after college scare you? Or does everyone around you at university seem to have it all figured out except for you? Because if either of those three are you, then this video is for you. You know, because that's exactly how I felt when I was writing this out. I was just remembering sort of how I felt when I went through all of this. But yeah, like a bit of a personal story. So obviously I've been in your exact shoes, as I've just mentioned about 5 times. And I remember those feelings all too well. It's completely natural to feel overwhelmed and not know your next steps, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be looking every single day. Because that's exactly what I did, and that's the only way you're going to get out of it. You know, just by taking action and going towards something that you think is the right answer will get you out of most problems. And you know, the idea of being overwhelmed and not knowing what you're doing doesn't really leave you. I've never met someone who is just like, you know, got every single aspect of their life covered. You know, because you might want kids, for example, but you might not want to work a certain job. But there's so many different avenues you can go down with this. However, let's just keep it to what I'm talking to you guys about. But yeah, something I wanted to say is that this is just a huge opportunity for you if you haven't actually got any idea where you want to go, because, you know, the opportunities are endless. You can go anywhere you want to. You're young, you finish school, you finish college, or you finish university. You can basically just reimagine everything and go down so many different avenues. You've got opportunities, endless amounts. Take them. But yes, why do I say that? Mainly because, yeah, time is on your side, but don't take the piss of that. You know, don't go drinking and stuff all the time. It wastes time. And the ability to obviously test everything you think you might enjoy. That's another massive opportunity. So no option is silly, just remember that. And no avenue is not worth exploring. I was told by a mentor of mine, like, to test out this thing that they call the magic pill, where I can give you a pill, boom, boom. This one, obviously, we'll just throw it away because nobody wants that one. That's just getting stuck in the trap of the matrix. But this one is the one where it takes away all barriers, and if you could take it and it would basically provide you with whatever you actually could think of that you'd enjoy and kind of visualize as your ultimate goal or lifestyle or whatever it is, and you had it with no barriers before you, what would that look like? Because if you ask yourself that, that's a great way to kind of reverse engineer, figure out what the top of the pinnacle is for you, and sort of go, right, what steps do I need to take to get there? Great way to go about it. But yeah, so steps to finding your passion, though, because passion is something I found to really help me personally through this journey of getting into digital marketing and media and communications. But yeah, I'd say first, find out what your passions and interests are, you know, that top of the pinnacle, and then use something like ChatGPT, which I didn't have beforehand, so you're very fucking fortunate that you've got AI on your hands, because you can ask it to ask you probing questions. And I provided you a prompt actually in my blog, which you could use, very simple, but you can obviously tweak it however you see fit. But yeah, I want to work out what my passions are. Can you ask me questions to help me discover them myself? Boom, send that off, and it will come back to you with a bunch of questions, and then you can start figuring it out. Now, if we break into the research and testing bit, basically once you've identified your passions, research everything you can about the topic. That's literally all I did about media and communications. I jumped into forums, I jumped into, live chats with students and stuff like that, and I even jumped into like NFT projects and stuff like that to talk to people across the globe about marketing and whatnot. I had no fucking clue what I was doing, but found out, and look where I am. So yeah, just put in 20 to 30 hours minimum of research. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't if you break it down properly. If you were to read a book, it's probably going to take you about the same. So, is it worth it to you? That's what you've got to ask yourself. Now, you'll find that you can figure out what jobs interest you, what skills you need for them, and how you can test those interests. And I would say, obviously, look for local businesses or companies where you can gain some actual hands-on experience, because I did that. And that's how I basically broke into the digital marketing apprenticeship that I got onto in the first place. So yeah, as I was just saying, for me, this kind of journey I found that I loved media and communications and marketing, and they were basically like my interests as well back then, when I was, I guess, 18, and I applied to so many random roles in my local area and secured like this part-time job where I got to manage the social media pages and create content and try my hand at basically SEO. That turned out to be quite fruitful. I got quite good results for them and ended up helping them get started off growing their account on Facebook and Instagram. And from there, I leveraged that in my CV and personal statement and videos and stuff like that when I was applying to apprenticeships and jobs. And obviously from there, I've now become like a SEO. I became an SEO executive, moved into media planning, and then ultimately left my role. And I now actually work with this company again that I helped, but they're basically now a client of mine. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, next part is it's obviously very important to embrace failure, because you're not going to be perfect at the start. And it's taken me years and a long time to overcome this, but still improving. Only 22. I've definitely not overcome it fully, but there's a lot to work on there. So if you can find a low barrier to entry job to basically test a high income skill, you just need to be willing to suck at it for a while, because practice makes perfect, and they say that for a reason. So find just a job where you can test out these high income skills and basically test yourself at a very basic level, to help yourself adapt and grow to more demands, where you can then take on more responsibility. So yeah, as I mentioned, obviously I moved on to do an apprenticeship at a large advertising agency. I moved out of my mum's and I moved to a new city, obviously in Birmingham. I completed that apprenticeship with the top grades you can get, took on new opportunities, so that new role, and eventually just went solo, taking on clients and delivering real results. But that came from failing forwards and failing fast, and just asking for more responsibility whenever I got the chance to. So that's how you get opportunities, that's how you scale, and that's how you grow. Now, obviously, I'm on to bigger and better things, I hope, and I hope I can help young people like you who are in the position that I was once in, but only you're going to know what path is actually right for you at the end of the day. And, I would just say don't be afraid to go against the grain. I definitely wasn't and am not afraid to do that, but that takes a lot of practice, to leave a very steady job, to just be getting paid nothing is what I'm doing at the moment, but I see a long-term vision and I want to go that way. So yeah, just think about it. Do you want to be like everyone else, or do you want to make something out of yourself? That's what you've got to ask yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna close it off here because I'm taking up a lot of your time. But if you want to make something of yourself, follow these exact steps. I'm gonna keep them right here at the end for you, short, sweet. But yeah, work out what interests you. Do your research, test out your interest, expand your test area, adapt to failures, and try again. Just keep going. And it's basically just a formula for fulfillment. So get to work, take action, and start stacking some wins for yourself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.